everyone, welcome to my live show. Okay, let me just add my guest and then we'll be starting off. Okay, let's wait for some time. We have a special guest today and the discussion is going to be very enriching. Um, let's wait for a few seconds for our guest to join in. And we already have our audience here. Okay. Okay, let me check with our guest today whether she's able to join. Let me check. Oh, yes, we have our guest here. Let me add. Okay, so Sweety G, are you able to join? Till then, please everyone wait. We are going to have a very interesting and fun-filled half an hour discussing about how we can know about our potential. Okay. Okay, let me see. Okay, Sweety G, let me send you another invitation. And let's see.
That was practice.
Okay. Hello, good evening, Sweety G. Okay.
Hi, good evening, Aditi.
Okay, so let me start, and we already have few audience with us. Okay, so all of you, welcome to my Instagram live show, Nurturing Minds with Dr. Aditi. And I started this talk show to help mothers and caregivers and parents with varied topics to help them understand themselves and help their own children. So today we have a special guest. As I was already talking to you, we have Miss Sweety Mall with us, who is going to talk to us about how we can know our true potential. Okay, so let me introduce her to all of you. Well, she is a career analyst, DMIT expert, and a maths mentor. And Sweetie loves to guide careers with self-love, spirituality, and authenticity. She has over 25 years of experience in teaching school and college students. She has taught students from varied countries. Yes, guys, she's an international celebrity, okay? And her passion is to help everyone overcome grief, anxiety, and self doubt. And her mission is to spread love, joy, and purposeful living. Wow, that is just amazing, Sweetie Ji. And today we are going to dive into fascinating topic, which is like knowing our true potential. So, Sweetie Ji, thank you so much for joining me on my channel.
Thank you so much, Aditi ji, for inviting me. Now, it's an honor to be here and share my insights on knowing your true potential. And this topic is very close to my heart that all of us should know our full potential and utilize it to the fullest, basically. When you know your true self, it can change your life in profound ways. So it's very important to know oneself and to be aware of all your qualities. So my mission in life is also to help people align with the authentic selves, basically.
I was
Everybody,
just going to ask you, Sweetie ji, like just tell us, like, yeah, I'm especially very curious, like, how did you, like, get into, what was your journey and how did you get into this mission? And tell us more about it. Like, what's your passion?
yeah. See, actually, my journey started with a love for mathematics. I was a very bright student since childhood and all. So teaching comes naturally to me. That's inherent in me. So I love mathematics. I love teaching mathematics and making it easy for my students. Over time, I have more than 25 years of experience of teaching. I have taught in, like you have already said in my introduction, I've taught in schools, colleges, online, offline, students of India, abroad, everywhere. So all kind of experience I have. But then over time, I realized that the students, they need guidance and finding the true path as well. They need
Yes.
more help. And I wanted to make a deeper impact on them. I wanted them to, dive deeper and know themselves better so that they can know their personality type, their career interests, and the core values and skills and abilities. So that made me go into pursuing career counseling and studying DMIT. So I am a certified career counselor now. So I'm able to analyze the career choice which the students make based on the psychometric assessments that we give. And
Yeah.
that
So a
is,
lot of parents in this community would be like interested to, there's never end to actually know yourself and connect to, what you can do best. So your topic, your mission, vision really connects with each and every person around us.
yeah, yeah. And it's not just for my students, even for the grown-ups, even for professionals, they don't find the jobs fulfilling. Over time, they have to do what they're doing. But since their core values and their interest and personality type sometimes is not aligned to what they have taken up as a career, they don't find the job interesting. They're not able to lead a fulfilling life. So it makes a difference in that way. Because when you understand yourself better, then obviously you know what will make you happier. And for example, suppose we have an introvert and is put into a job of, say, human resource development or where he has to be surrounded by people. That person might not be comfortable in such kind of an environment.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, so knowing yourself is very, very important. So knowing yourself, also there are two different things that we can do. One is the psychometric assessments, which is based on your present mindset. Basically, it judges what kind of mindset you're having presently. And then there's another thing called DMIT. That is another thing which I've studied. DMIT that helps you analyze your inherent strengths and weaknesses, basically.
Okay, so Sweetie ji, before you go more into the details, I was just curious, like, you are teaching maths, right? And then there is this psychoanalysis, and how did you kind of thought of this in your life? Like, this is also important. How did you come over to DMIT and psychometric analysis?
Because I was finding that the students, they were confused about what career to choose. There was parental pressure due to peer pressure. They take up math,
Mhm.
science, although
Mhm.
not made for that particular subject. And there are thousands of occupations, 3,000 plus occupations. So it's not necessary that a person who takes up science, the old school of thought which was there, which is changing, which has changed over the last many decades, that only doctor and engineer is called a successful person, something like that. So, I was finding my students struggle with academics and the parental pressure to take up all those things. So that made me, prompted me into finding out what better options are available for the students so that I can guide them and help them out.
So
And,
the true mentor came out, right? From your students' struggle came out something which is now useful to all of us.
yeah, yeah, because every child is a genius, every person is a genius. There is something special in every individual. So you need to know your potential and you have to utilize your potential despite all setbacks, all adversities. And we should live a life to the fullest. That's what I believe in.
Yes.
And I've gone through lots of adversities, hardships. Each one of us have our own, set of setbacks and all that. Despite that, we need to move on. We need to realize our potential. We need to understand what else can we do, and we have to live life to the fullest. That is what I believe in, because come what may, life has to go on. And when you have to live the life, why not live it to the fullest? Why not do whatever is to the best of your capability, basically?
Okay, so for people like like me and my audience who are not very well versed with the things you're talking about, can you please like explain a little bit on like what is DMIT and little bit more on how this helps to we can know our true potential using these methods.
Okay, so I'll tell you more about this. DMIT is basically dermatoglyphics multiple intelligence test. So what happens actually, it's this particular science, it's a branch of science which deals with the study of the patterns of skin, the skin on our fingers, toes, and soles, basically. So these patterns are developed, the skin on the fingers are developed when the child is in the mother's womb. In the
Mhm.
From the 13th to 21st week of pregnancy, the ridges on the fingers get developed. At the same time, the brain cells also get developed inside the fetuses, uh, inside the body, right?
Yeah.
So, and we all know that there are two parts of our brain, and there are various regions of different intelligence. There are 10 different, we can divide our brain into 10 different types, 10 different regions are there. So what happens is that the fingers on the right hand side, they give us an idea about which part of the brain is better according to the distribution of nerve cells which are there. The nerve cells are different in different regions of the brain, and the fingers, because since both of them are formed simultaneously, so we do something called ridge count. So when that is done, we are able to make out which kind of intelligence is predominant in the person. The fingers on the right hand gives us an idea about the left part of the brain, and the fingers on the left give us an idea about the right side of the brain. So it's a whole branch, scientifically studied branch of science, basically. So we are able to understand what kind of multiple intelligence is prevalent, and then we can also know about the learning style of the person. There are 3, 4 different kinds of learners. Some are auditory learners. They learn better by hearing. Some are kinesthetic learner. They learn better by writing and, through movement, through interaction, through practical experiments. And some are visual learner. They learn better by seeing. So we come to know what kind of learner the person is, what kind of intelligence is predominant in the person. And we also come to know about the strengths and weaknesses, the inherent strengths and weaknesses which are there in the child. Not just
Yeah.
in child, grown-ups go for DMIT because they are eager to find out strengths and weaknesses. And when you
Yeah.
actually capitalize on what you're good at, life becomes easier for you. If you know your strengths, so you know which path to take. You get a clarity not only about the activities that you should take up, but also about the career that you should pursue. So it helps in making people the right decisions in life and to know themselves better. That's the whole
Yeah.
idea.
So right now, audience, we came to know that our hands are precious. Okay. So all of you look at your hands and you realize that it is so important to keep yourself nourished so that all of your, all your body and your hands stay healthy. You stay healthy and your brain stay healthy so that when you go for a DMIT test, you have absolutely right. So all of you look at your hands and your future is here.
Yeah.
You will know what you are best at with your hands.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't all of you, give some hearts and love to Sweety ji because she has been sharing such wonderful information with us. Show some love, okay? All of you there live with us, give some hearts. Okay, Sweety ji, please go on.
Yeah, and no two individuals, these fingerprints are the same. These are not actually the fingerprints, the ridges which are there on the fingers. Even the twins, even they don't have the same kind of ridges on the fingers. So every individual is unique, and every individual can be can become a genius provided we know what are the strengths and weaknesses of that particular person.
Thank
So
you, audience, for all the love. Thank you for all the hearts. Okay. So, Sweety ji, what is the most burning problem in this area that the psychometric assessment can solve for the students and adults?
yeah, so the most challenging problem which I find that the students and the people face is that they're disconnected from themselves. Like I've told before, also, it's very important to know ourselves. So, because of that disconnection, they follow paths which are defined by society, which are defined by their parents or by fear. If I don't do this particular thing, I won't get a lucrative job. So, just for that also drives them into taking up some subjects which they are not good at or they might not enjoy.
Mhm.
So, with the help of these tests, we can overcome this challenge. One kind of test is the DMIT, which I've spoken about. And the second is psychometric assessments, which is done, which I've told you, a questionnaire is given where we come to
Mhm.
know about personality type, we know about the career interest, we know
Mhm.
about the values and skills. So the psychometric assessments also provide clarity and help individuals understand themselves better. And this clarity then allows people to make choices which are aligned with their true potential. This alignment is very necessary so that you are able to enjoy what you do. You should be happy with
Mhm.
what you're doing. And then only you'll be able to lead a life which is filled with purpose and happiness. And that should be the true motive of every person.
So, what would you say is the right age, or the age bracket, where if we get these tests, what is your suggestion? Like, when should one is the ideal age bracket when they should get this done?
Yeah, can start like when the child starts going to school, from that age onwards, you can start going for the DMIT test, because there we do the analysis of the ridges which are there on the fingers. And then for psychometric, the child should be able to answer the questions which are given to them. Because then the primary school students, like in class 2, from class 2 onwards, we start taking psychometric assessments for students uh, in school. And DMIT can be done at an earlier age even, at a smaller age even, because there the child does not need to use his brain. They just need to give their finger. We need to scan their fingers, and we are
Mhm.
able to find what skills are there inside the child. What is the child the storehouse of, basically?
Okay. Oh, great. So, basically, early on in life, we can actually understand what is our, like, we all have our dreams, like our child, my son will be this and that.
Yeah.
But then, from a very initial stage, because when I work with nutrition, with mothers also, I've realized like children actually show some signs of, what they are good at. Few children recognize colors early on, few children are more better with shapes, and a lot of times we actually tell mothers to introduce raw vegetables and fruits to children so that they see the colors and they touch and they realize what it is. And when you are talking about all these things, I realize it's like it's very early on they actually start gathering these potentials, and the earlier the better, like when they're obviously when they're able to answer and they are ready to, when we find, and it's now the times have changed, so it's not like get 100% in your school. It's more of, get the child to learn what they are best
Like for
at
my
a
daughter,
at an early.
done when she was very small, because I wanted to know there's so many plethora of activities available for children.
Yeah.
So we cannot put the child into everything. So it's better we know what the child is inherently good at. So why not put her into those activities where she will thrive, where she will do better, do best. So that's where you can start at a very early age as well. When you have to make a choice of which classes to put your child into.
And,
Yeah.
and I
So
think this will also be somewhere the parents are at peace,
yeah,
They're not all the time stressed out. They're putting them in multiple things. They are like, they want, a child cannot be the best in everything.
yeah, right. It's
So,
very right said, Aditi ji.
so
Yeah.
we, as parents, we have to be very careful about where we are pushing them into and where we are, like asking them to, spend their time. And today children are like slogging, they're like in every place, they don't have time to rest, to be alone with
The jack
themselves.
of all master of none. Whereas what is a genius? A genius is the person who's gone into depth in one particular field that which the child is. That's why I told you every person can become a genius, provided we know ourselves that much more. We need to know ourselves to become a genius. We cannot afford to be jack of all trades, doing each and everything, but not able to excel in any one particular thing.
Yes, yes, totally said. And so, Sweetie ji, what are the top three changes? Like, I'm saying three, you can answer more. But what are the main changes that we can expect once we have, understood our personality and our interest after going through the tests? And you can maybe share a few examples also from your experience, like what have you seen, what are the results, and how it has benefited people, students, and others.
Yeah, so the top three changes is like, in a nutshell, if I say, it gives you a clarity of direction. Basically, you'll know your strengths and exactly where to focus your energy, whether it's career or whether it's academics, personal growth, relationships, you know where to focus on. I'll give you an example later. First, let me tell you the 3 points. One is the clarity of direction you get, which is very, very important. Second is you become more and more confident. It increases your confidence because you're operating in alignment with your strengths. You know your strengths
Mhm.
and you operate in alignment with that. So you naturally feel more self-assured. You are self-assured because you are confident then. And also you experience inner peace and joy. You're happy doing what you're good at. So you don't need to slog so much, and you don't need to be working so hard to do things which you're not inherently good at. So there's a deep sense of satisfaction that comes along with it. And obviously, leading an authentic life is what makes all the difference. That gives you inner peace and joy. I'll give you one example. Like one of my friend's child, she was not good in academics. Throughout her school life, she somehow managed to pass and all that. So academically, she was not very good. Her parents were very worried what she is going to take up future, what will happen to her career and all that. So I got the DMIT done for her, and that what emerged as a career choice for her was animation, and
Wow.
so top choices that came up for her. So the mother got her enrolled into the MIT University here in Kolkata itself, and she was very much interested, and she started performing very well because animation was she was enjoying that subject, and she excelled in that. She's posted and she's landed a very good job, and she's all settled now. So that's how does it help you? You're able to understand from this particular example.
And animation, and you never know what comes up, because now there is, like, earlier there were like 3 or 4 streams where you could, go into a study and go into science, or you have commerce, but now there is like a huge
You
sea of
occupation, so many career paths, hundreds of options are there. So it's not necessary
yes,
that your child has to become a doctor or engineer to become successful in life. There are millions of options. There are hundreds of things that the child can do, the person can do.
yes.
Yeah.
And this reminds me of, I quote, many a times, this is said that, if you know your goal in life, and
Hmm.
even if you don't know how to reach there, if you know what is your goal, you will reach there, because you will every day, if you take step towards it,
These steps.
you practice. Ultimately, you definitely will reach your goal. So first thing is to know what is your goal. And I think these methods, DMIT and psychometric assessments, are the tools which actually help us to understand what can be the goal where we can reach in our lives. So it's
Yeah.
almost like showing the path, life path to everyone. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So this was okay. So all of you audience, if you think this was interesting, type yes in the comment section, or share, give a lot of hearts to Sweetie ji if you think this was useful to know, because I thought this was something very interesting which we never think about. And already so many hearts are coming your way, Sweetie ji. Okay, so now give you know there's something interesting. Okay, I'm taking a different angle now. Okay, in from your bio, I could realize that there was something interesting you do. So I have heard that you emphasize a lot on self-love and spiritual wisdom. Now, please share with us, how do you integrate? Like, maths is like somewhere, and DMIT and psychometric tests is somewhere, and then comes self-love and spiritual wisdom. So just share with us, how do you integrate all of this into what you do?
See, all the strength that I get for doing whatever am I doing comes from self-love and spiritual wisdom only. That's the foundation, basically, of a fulfilled life. You can move mountains if you're grounded spiritually, and if you have a lot of self-love within you. You have to fill your cup before giving it to others. So
Yes.
you need to work on yourself, yeah. Until unless a cup is full, we won't be able to make a difference to anyone. Forget about ourselves, right? So they're the foundation of a fulfilled life, and integrating these into my work means approaching each and every person that I meet with empathy, understanding, and a genuine desire to help. My presence should make a kind of difference in their lives. I should be able to help them in some way or the other. I have this deep rooted this intention I have to help each and every person. So I approach them with empathy and try to understand what their needs are and give them accordingly. And then only they'll be able to grow basically. So I also encourage my students to look within themselves, introspect, work on their mindset for their growth and evolution. So that helps, because you need to work on it. Even some of my students, they have phobia of mathematics.
Mhm.
So I tell you have to remove those mental blocks because it's all about mindset. If you think that thing is
I'm
hard,
one of them. I'm one of them.
Yeah. So it's all about the mindset. You have to tell yourself that nothing is difficult. I can do it. Okay, I might have to work a little harder than others, but it's okay. So, and that is what makes all the difference. And spirituality is all about alignment. So when our actions reflect our beliefs and values, life flows effortlessly. So I believe in that. And until unless you are grounded spiritually and you have a lot of self-love, I don't think we'll have the capacity to do what we do. Basically, what my mission in life is to empower people, to help them unlock their potential, to use their full potential. So
Mhm.
that's the basic foundation.
So your missions and my missions are very similar.
Yeah.
I help mothers and caregivers to ensure that their children reach their full potential using nutrition. And similarly, you are helping students. So I'm helping them in a very young age when they are less than 5 years old. And then they come adolescents and school going. And there you are to help them reach their full potential using your tools and your, spirituality, self love, all that comes in. So this is why I think both of us
Have come
connected
together.
well.
Like attracts like, Aditi ji. That's why we are together. So even to the
Yes.
audience, I would like to say that they should start small. Maybe spend a few minutes every day on reflecting what they truly want. And they should set aside a specific time of the day to reflect on what they truly want, to introspect, to know themselves, and also to practice gratitude. Because when we are grateful for what we are, more such things get attracted to us. So these simple steps can transform your mindset and your life in the process. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Sweetie ji. This is very enriching for all of us. And I would please do share how can if audience would want to reach you and how you can help them more, how they can if you have any kind of a community where they can connect with you and know you better, please share the details.
Yeah, Amitji, you can DM me. I'll tell you how to go about the psychometric test. We have got a query from Amitji, Amit
Yeah.
Ghosh, that you just follow my Instagram handle and you can DM me over there. Where I'll make you. I already have a community. One sec. I already have a community where I share tips, strategies to help people thrive in whatever they're doing. So I would love to hear from everyone who or whosoever is interested and be a part of my journey, part of the journey of discovering the true potential. So reach out to me for the psychometric test for the DMIT and they can connect with me in the
And
process.
Sweetie G's Instagram handle is Sweety Mall underscore. So please go and click on it and message her to know more about her. And also, you can message me, DM me. I can connect you with Sweetie G in my community as well. So this was really, and okay, before we go from here, before we end our talk, Suchi, just share one final tip for all students and adults, like what they should do right now to ensure that, one step towards knowing the potential.
Yeah, so I would one final tip that I would like to give is never stop exploring who you are, know yourself, and each one of us has unlimited potential. So your potential is unlimited, and every step you take to understand yourself brings you closer to a life of meaning and joy. So you should take some time to reflect, embrace your uniqueness. Every individual is unique. No two individuals, even the twins, they show different behavior. So no two individuals are unique. You have to embrace your uniqueness and you have to trust that universe has a beautiful plan for you. So that's how, that's the final thing that I would like to say, to, tell
And
everybody. And I would like to thank the audience for their time, energy, and all the love that they're, showering on us.
yes, there's so much hearts for you, lots and lots of love for you.
Yeah.
And I'm taking a few from myself as well.
Yeah, for
And
both of
and thank you so much, Sweetie ji. This was very insightful. And all the viewers, Amit ji and Golokda, you were there earlier on. And I can see there's still few more people. Thank you so much for joining. And I think this really helped our audience to understand how, we can know, not just know our potential, but then actually take the next step to use that information to, achieve a success in life and reach our goals we want to do. So, everyone, thank you so much for all your love and appreciation and for sharing so many hearts. And thank you for giving
So
your time. And it's like 10:30 right now. And thank you for being here. Okay, so
we
if
have
anyone
a
joined
lovely
late,
yeah. Yeah,
yes,
sorry.
thank you, Sweety. So, anyone, if you joined late and you missed some part, or your friends who would like to know about this, I'll be sharing the recording of the live session on my account, and it will also be there on Sweetie G's account. So, please go through and ask your friends to watch, and all of you comment under my post, which I'll be putting up after some time. What was that one thing that was striking to you? Okay, and you can also share, like, what is, if you know what is your potential, then what is that you are doing to achieve success using that knowledge of what is your potential.
Yeah.
Okay.
See whether they're aware of the potential or not.
Yes.
Like that, everybody has got unlimited potential. Again, that awareness has to be there, and then the alignment has to be there, and then you can do a lot of things in life. Yeah.
Okay, thank you everyone and have a very good night. And this is Dr. Aditi signing off. Okay, good night.
Bye.
Bye bye. Tata.
Bye.